Now, in this course, we have AI to help you with creating your story or crafting your story. You're gonna use it two times. The first is in the preparation, that is narrowing down your story to one issue, that this is the issue that's most important compared to other issues. That is what we call the calling, your calling. And once you've done that, once you've narrowed it down to one issue, the simulation part of the AI is gonna go back and forth with you to make your story more effective, move away from just concepts and ideas, and bring us to the moments and make vivid imagery. Once you've reached 100% level, then you can record your story, and Sandy and I will give you feedback on that story. Now, the story of self is really key in public narrative. It is where you introduce yourself to the listeners that you want to mobilize. So it's very important that you get it right. And you want to make sure that you're getting across your values. Why do you care? And how come you care so much about this issue, right? You wanna go down to that issue that is so important to you that if you're challenged by it, you drop everything you're doing and give it your undivided attention. That's how important it is. It is something that is so important to you that it compels you to action. You cannot ignore it, right? You have to do something about it. You cannot accept doing nothing about it. Even if there is risk, right? So you might lose something very valuable, it might be very risky, and still you do it because it is more important than any value or any risk that you might be taking. Now, to get to the story of self, it's helpful to go back to moments in your life where the normal unfolding of your life gets disrupted by a certain event. That is, you're walking through your life and then something happens that forces you to make a different choice. There is a new situation and you cannot behave the usual way, and you're gonna have to make a choice not knowing what is going to be the outcome. You don't have any way to guarantee the outcome. That's the part where there is the uncertainty. So what was that moment in your life when there was that sort of a disruption? There was a before and an after, where you realized something or became committed to this issue. What was at stake? What options did you see in front of you, and then how did you choose one over all of the other options? And then what was the outcome you experienced, failure or success, and what lessons you learned? That challenge, choice, outcome is of that moment. It needs to be a moment, conveys the story of self, conveys what you care about, what is your calling. Now, this is not about your personal qualities or to show off. No, you're shining the light on your calling, on what you are committed to, that is larger than yourself, right? It's in service of something bigger. It's something that requires you lobbying your community or getting a group of people to take action, because it requires collective action. So it's not about yourself. It's about your commitment to that issue that is greater than yourself. When you do that, this helps the listeners get what kind of person you are. They might disagree with you, they might not share your values, but you help them get that this is really what you're about. So they trust that they know you and they know how you make your choices and what is more important to you than what is not important to you. That's critical for your credibility and your ability to move people, because you cannot move people if they feel that you are lying or you're not authentic. You need to be authentic. And ultimately, it is why you're coming here and rallying all of us to take action on this issue, right? It is so important to you that you're coming to even strangers and trying to mobilize them over this issue. So once you've done that in the preparation phase, the simulation part of the AI is going to help you bring the story to life through images and moments, and move you away from ideas and concepts like poverty or injustice. You're gonna have to, or the AI is gonna help you show what was that like in your case. What was a moment of injustice or a moment of poverty that you experienced, or a moment of anger and outrage that conveys how much this was so important to you. Once you've done that, then your story gets to a level that's good enough to record. You record it, and Sandy and I would review it and give you feedback on that story before you come to class, so that you come to class with a second version of the story after incorporating the feedback that Sandy and I gave you on your recording of the story of self.